Hi, I'm Sophia. This is Sophia Reviews. I review movies so you don't have to. Our story starts off with Owen watching Pink Opaque, a fictional TV show that is supernatural in a 90s spooky style. He looks like he's hypnotized. The fact that he's being sucked into the show as well, the plot of the film. He says it was late at night and I couldn't sleep, so I started my favorite TV show again, the Pink Opaque. They show him standing by a campfire at night in the woods, crickets doing their thing. Their thing, of course, being corn dog hiding competitions. You don't win the gold medal in a cricket corn dog hiding competition by putting them somewhere obvious like under the couch. You gotta put them into an interdimensional rift where on the other side everyone has cupcakes for hands. That's where the money is. He meets Maddie, who is reading the official episode guide for the Pink Opaque. They become depressties, which means depressed besties. Owen asks Maddie if the Pink Opaque is a kid's show, and she says it's way too scary and the mythology is way too complicated for most kids. Owen shows up to watch the Pink Opaque with Maddie and her friend Amanda. The show is about a big gross ice cream monster. Maddie tells Owen that Isabella's a scaredy cat. Tara's her fave. She's super hot and she doesn't take shit from anybody, and she's an expert in demonology. They only meet up in the pilot episode in sleepaway camp, but they communicate psychically. Owen asks if the ice cream man is in every episode, and she says no, Mr. Melancholy is the big bad. She says the protagonists are the Pink Opaque, which is news to me. I could have sworn the Pink Opaque was Kirby. Maddie says sometimes the Pink Opaque feels more real than her life. Owen's parents won't let him stay up late enough to watch the show, so Maddie leaves him tapes. I sure hope these VHS tapes with the spooky show that people watch obsessively aren't cursed. He says he watched the tapes over and over again, but they never get old. Maybe the tapes are in a cocoon. Time passes and Maddie tells Owen she hadn't seen Amanda in a year after a falling out based on a non-consensual boob squeeze. Owen asks to come over and Maddie says she likes girls. Maddie asks Owen if he likes girls or boys, and he says he likes TV shows. I like TV shows also. Sometimes I even finish them. I remember before streaming, it was never an expectation to actually watch every episode of a TV show. Now if you only see part of a show, you're a monster and ought to be shunned. Owen says he knows there's something wrong with him, and Maddie says that maybe he's like Isabella, afraid of what's inside of him. I'm afraid of what's inside of me. A skeleton. Skeletons are scary. There's one inside of you too, a scary, scary skeleton. Then his mom dies and he says Maddie disappeared without a trace and all they saw was their TV set burning in the dark and the Pink Opaque got cancelled. Cancelled like famed edgelord comedian, boomer jokes Brad, screwer of feelings, and squeezer of coworkers' butts. At Owen's job, he's getting pressured into banging a girl and he's having none of it. They go to a concert at a small venue and the singer has no pants and she is horny, but the song is very indie singer-songwriter and chill. She's laying on the floor singing and being sexy. That's good breath control. I mean, it's probably pre-recorded, sure, fine, but people sing standing up for a reason. Her poor diaphragm. Maddie asks Owen, do you remember the TV show we used to watch together? It was called The Pink Opaque. If this film was not intended to be very surreal and mystical, I would think this is a very silly question to ask, considering their entire friendship is based around it. As it stands, this show is essentially lost to time at this point, like that Sinbad TV show that came out in the 90s. Remember that one, The Adventures of Sinbad? Filmed in Ontario, Canada and Cape Cod, Africa, according to Wikipedia. It was like Hercules and Legendary Journeys, as if the protagonist didn't turn out to be a Nazi. Good times. Owen says of course he remembers The Pink Opaque. It's his favorite TV show of all time and it always will be. When you think back to watching The Pink Opaque, how do you remember it? Was it like a TV show? You know, like 1994? Yeah, I said it. Time went right from 1993 to 1995, and big calendars have been gaslighting us with false memories of the Shawshank Redemption ever since. And Owen says, yeah, I remember it as a TV show. The Pink Opaque was a TV show. We watched it in your basement on Saturday nights from 10:30 to 11 p.m. The last show before the Young Adult Network switched to black and white reruns for the night. Then they show Maddie and Owen, and he's in a pink dress. Fabulous. Maddie says, when you think back to The Pink Opaque, when you remember watching it in my basement on Saturday nights from 10:30 to 11 p.m., do you ever get confused? Like maybe the memory isn't quite right? Owen asks what she means. They cut to Owen in the dress with a pink neon ghost lighting up his neck. I, for one, have never been confused in a pink dress. Depressed in a black dress, sure. Wacky in a red dress, absolutely. She says like time isn't moving normally, like it's out of whack. Do you ever feel like you're narrating your own life, watching it play out in front of you like an episode of television? Or do you ever feel like you have a hard time distinguishing between what happened in the show and what happened in real life? Like somehow the memories got jumbled around, shook up in your head like a snow globe? There is a shot of Owen in drag with Maddie walking across a football field at night. Cutting back to their conversation at the venue, Maddie says, I'm trying to go slow. I'm trying not to alarm you. They cut back to the flashback on the football field, and Mr. Melancholy was like the Killer Moon from Majora's Mask, but done in that silent film style. We just put moon makeup on an actor, which has also been done in the video for the Smashing Pumpkins song Tonight on the album Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, which happened to play in the music video cable network MTV, where they played music videos on the television before they switched over to the real world. The song even plays during the film. Damn, I love this movie. She says, I've come a very long way to see you and ask you this. Owen says, will you just tell me where you've been all these years? She says that's what she's been trying to do. She says, I've been there, inside the show, inside the pink opaque. She says, I can't stay in this place much longer. I'm going back there. Do you remember how it ended, the final episode? The end of season 5? How does season 5 end? Watch it for yourself and find out. This is my second favorite film of the year. It's a film about how you can feel trapped in a life you don't want, a life that seems fake, like no one around you is really real, a total and complete disconnect between your youthful dreams and what you and the world around you became.